Happy Not Monday, friends. Welcome to your Tuesday edition of Up to Speed Live. Hope all of you found some time to spend the Labor Day weekend with loved ones, relaxing. And as the summer starts to wind down, we thought it'd be a great time to focus ourselves on some of the most important topics related to the business. 5G, of course, at the top of the list. And, I was thinking about, ways that we've been talking about 5G over the past year and a half. And I found an old Twitter video that I posted. This is me in Chicago running a speed test here. And I thought about, what this version of me talked about 5G, what kind of things we talked about. And of course, this was posted in May of 2019. And so showing the speed test was really the big deal, and seeing the gig speed was a big deal. But when I look at all the time that's passed, and I think about all that we've learned about 5G collectively together, both with our colleagues and our customers, it's really a great time for us to really strengthen what Hans talks about in terms of our dinner table skills, whether it's talking about 5G to our customers, our loved ones, anyone who asks us about 5G. We should continue to look for ways to keep connecting the 5G story to real world applications. So that brings us to our first portion of our 5G conversation today. We want to point you to a documentary. It is on the Inside Verizon app. It's called Speed of Thought, and this is a documentary about the first wave of 5G visionaries. So again, we're taking that speed test, we're taking all that 5G boat right language, and we're connecting it to the people who are going to make this truly special. So once again, it is on the Verizon Inside Verizon app. So I have it right here. If you click the webcast tab here, you're going to be able to take a look at this documentary, Speed of Thought. If you haven't downloaded the application yet, you can find it at the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Just search Inside Verizon. And then if you do want to take a look at this documentary, Speed of Thought, you go to webcasts, and then you're going to need to SSO, single sign-on. Easy steps, takes about 30 seconds. It's gonna include a one-time device registration, and this is an exclusive sneak peek for V-Teamers this week. So please take a look. This is really where we start to make that connection from that 5G speed test, the gig speed, all that good stuff, and we're going to show exactly how this is going to make our world a better place to live, work, and play. So, of course, always great movies always come with great trailers here. So take a look at this, give it a like, share your thoughts, send your reviews of the documentary to the good mailbox. That's good@verizon.com. So with that in mind, we are going to showcase a quick trailer of the documentary, Speed of Thought. Let's roll that trailer right now.
A 7-year-old little boy trapped in a bedroom. The little boy's screaming, they can all hear him. And they're searching, giving it their very best effort. No visibility, you just can't see. The screams eventually muffled. They just couldn't make it to him.
We had a young woman in her 40s with an acute heart attack. The total transfer time to get her to our hospital in Grand Rapids was 3 hours. There's a feeling of helplessness as a physician that you know what the treatment is to limit their heart attack, limit their chance of death, but you can't get to them.
Sometimes it's these horrible tragedies that lead us to look for new technologies that can help us do our jobs better.
We as innovators and technologists, we always push a little beyond.
What are the problems that are out there that need to be solved?
You really are risking your life every time you walk across the street.
If you want to start sparking change, ask difficult questions.
Why don't you come in the fire with me?
We used to teach that you had 15, 20 minutes to get out of your home. Today we tell you you have 15, 20 seconds.
A lot of people before me have been doing work to break the glass ceiling and provide a pathway. We should just break the whole ceiling and bring everybody through.
This is life-saving technology that helps everyone.
The goal is to entirely eliminate serious injuries by 2027.
It's a big leap forward to go from where we were then to what is able to be accomplished with 5G 5th generation.
I think we're going to see stuff that just wasn't possible, and you're going to look back and marvel at it.
And And there you have it, the trailer for Speed of Thought, which you can find on the Inside Verizon app. Go ahead and download that app, Inside Verizon. Again, a quick single sign-on, and you're good to go, and you'll have yourself an exclusive preview of that documentary. And really, kudos to the team who made it happen. We'd love for you to watch this. Send us your thoughts to the good mailbox, good@verizon.com. And then next Tuesday, my colleague Katie will be moderating a conversation with the folks who made this documentary possible, including Andrew McKechnie from our CMO team, who executive produced the documentary. Sanyogita joins us, Glenn Cantave, founder and CEO of Movers and Shakers, and Desmond Jackbir, director of network field engineering. So a lot coming into that story. And really, for all of us, that story is the story that we will continue to sharpen when we talk about 5G. So as promised, there's much more to talk about in the world of 5G news. And today we had some great news come out from our folks at RootMetrics and the team that works with them. And so a quick I just want to showcase a headline that came out this morning. This is out of Fortune here. I'm not sure if you can read this, but the headline is, "This is the best wireless carrier by far, survey finds." And the first paragraph says, Verizon had the best overall mobile network during the first half of 2020, placing first in 6 out of 7 categories, according to a new survey. And this is, of course, talking about RootMetrics. So congratulations to our network team once again for another fantastic showing. So nothing new in terms of the consistency in winning here. This is the 14th straight time Verizon has won the U.S. RootScore Awards outright in the categories of overall performance, network reliability, data performance, and call performance. Now, what's new in this particular RootMetrics report is that it also incorporates 5G for the first time. Verizon 5G made up a very small portion of the test results compared to 4G. So RootMetrics, they're being cautious about, how much they want to talk about 5G, but of course we are at a point now where 5G matters in those measurements. Congratulations to our network team. And oh, by the way, you've heard from our competitors about all the different ways that 5G is making a difference in their product. The RootMetrics report does show that T-Mobile did perform poorly, getting fourth, last place in every category. So something that we're hoping to, distance ourselves from and make sure that our story is one that is of consistency and, of course, of network reliability. So congratulations to the team who make sure that RootMetrics is measuring all of our wins here. So with that, we also have some more SD-WAN news, and I'm going to see if I can maybe help with the with perhaps the contrast on the video here. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, we'll see if we can fix that. But SD-WAN, we also have some great news out of the SD-WAN. So IDC is a premier global provider of market intelligence, says Verizon is a leader across the globe in managed SD-WAN services worldwide for enterprise customers. This is in a recent report. Now, the question, of course, is what exactly is SD-WAN? This is, once again, we're sharpening our dinner table conversation skills here. So SD, first the SD part, software-defined networking, the WAN portion, wide area network. This is how companies can create secure networks, whether they're using the internet, wireless, or private network. It gives companies the freedom and flexibility to manage and secure their network with software. This is, of course, super important for remote working. So congratulations to the team, the VBG team, who can now, talk to our enterprise customers and say, hey, if you need SD-WAN, we're the ones who are leaders across the globe in terms of managing those services worldwide for our enterprise customers. So a big win for us once again. We are continuing our 5G discussion here when it comes to MEC. That's mobile edge computing, of course. And this is one that, I'm not going to lie, it takes a little bit of time to get educated on what MEC is all about, and we've had many different videos that sort of showcase what this is, and this is another explainer that we can sort of sharpen our 5G tools here when we talk about what 5G can do. So with that in mind, let's take a few moments here to take a look at this MEC mobile edge computing explainer. Here's the video right now.
What is 5G? For most people, 5G means faster. You might have heard the example about how fast you can download a movie. But there's more to it than that. 5G stands for fifth generation, the next evolution of wireless technology. And it represents a massive step forward that will revolutionize entire industries. But not all 5G is the same. In fact, most of what's advertised as 5G is only slightly faster than current 4G offerings. But with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband, we've built something completely different. Our 5G runs on radio frequencies, just like 4G, but at a higher frequency known as millimeter wave, and thanks to our spectrum assets, at a much larger bandwidth. It's the fastest 5G anywhere in the world, with more speed, more capacity, and lower latency than traditional 4G. All that translates into experiences even closer to real time, which means it can do things like bring augmented, virtual, and extended reality vividly to life for consumers. Increase speed and accuracy for all types of industries, like healthcare and smart manufacturing, and support massive IoT deployments that will change how we live, work, and play. And just like you've heard a lot about 5G, you may also have heard about something called edge computing. Multi-access edge computing, or MEC for short, takes the burden of computing power and related infrastructure off the consumer's device and out of the business's office, and puts it all in the cloud. But instead of that cloud server being hundreds or even thousands of miles away, MEC brings the computing power as close to the end user as possible, or as one might say, right to the edge of the network. The end result is that consumers and businesses get access to cutting-edge processing power without constantly having to upgrade systems, download applications, or invest in expensive equipment. And the close proximity at which the edge computing is being performed means the data has a shorter round trip, which makes for near instantaneous responses. There are other benefits too. By offloading the processing burden from the end device, you open the door to a number of exciting possibilities on that front, like new form factors, better battery life, and even lower cost options. When you put all that computing power at the edge of the network you're using matters more than ever. To get the most out of MEC, you need 5G. For its massive increases in speed and number of supported devices and dramatically reduced latency. Think of it this way. If MEC is the rocket, then our 5G Ultra Wideband is the rocket fuel. Our 5G Ultra Wideband network provides the perfect platform to harness the full potential of edge computing. We've partnered with Amazon Web Services to bring our 5G Edge mobile edge compute platform to developers everywhere. Across all our strategic partnerships, at our 5G labs, and through all our 5G innovation programs, we're enabling the next generation of innovators to push the limits of 5G and edge computing. Here are just some of the use cases that are currently in development. Augmented commerce, real-time quality control, AI-assisted healthcare, public safety, drone automation and inspection, online and mobile gaming, and autonomous vehicles. And that's just a start. Every day, the demand for real-time enterprise keeps growing, and 5G Ultra Wideband and edge computing will be there to meet it.
Very cool. We hope these videos are helping you sharpen your skills when you're talking about 5G, mobile edge computing. By the way, we have a tech influencer that we're working on. I know a lot of you follow Network Chuck on YouTube. Network Chuck is going to help us talk more about MEC and how it works in his own video, and that's coming up on Wednesday. We'll share it more when it is live. So that's coming up in just a little bit. Coming a little sooner than that, though, is today at 4 p.m. Eastern on Verizon's LinkedIn page. Tammy Irwin leads an empowering panel. Let's share a little bit of that video here. This is part of the Women in Business Mentorship Program. The Women in Finance panel will feature speakers in the world of finance and how these leaders handle challenges in today's world. Again, the Women in Finance event that happens today, 4 p.m. Eastern, on Verizon's LinkedIn page. Should be a fantastic conversation. We hope you enjoyed our conversation about 5G. Hopefully this helps you sharpen your tools when it comes to speaking about 5G. It's something that we should all be thinking about as we head into that the second half of the year here. And with that in mind, I know a lot of you have followed some of my adventures out in the backyard. It's a little cloudy out there, hence the strange contrast camera. I'm going to see if I can work that out for the next Up to to speed. But before we go, I did want to share our latest episode of the Verizon Staycation Road Trip. We've been traveling to all the different 5G cities that we have, learning more about the cities out there. Shout out to our teams that have helped us tell the story of their cities proudly. And in this one, we are singing the blues, but not really, because Memphis is a fantastic town. And as we say goodbye on Up to Speed Live here, we leave you with our Memphis Staycation. Till next time, you're up to speed. Enjoy Memphis.
This might be the home of the blues, but there's no reason to be sad. If you love music, you're gonna love this 5G city. It's also where you can visit historic Beale Street and a little home called Graceland. Thank you very much. Friends, slip on your blue suede shoes because we are walking in Memphis. After you've checked out Elvis's legendary residence, you've got to waddle on over to the red carpet to see the Peabody Ducks, of course. Every morning at 11 a.m., the red carpet is rolled out for the Peabody Ducks. It's a Memphis tradition dating back to the 1930s. Those are some lucky ducks. Make sure you take some time to visit the Lorraine Motel. Once a popular place to stay among famous recording artists, it is now best known as the site where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated back in 1968. It may represent a somber event in American history, but the Lorraine significance echoes even today as it now stands as the home to the National Civil Rights Museum. Let's take a closer look at Memphis now with one of our V-teamers, Jessica Shambly, here to share a local perspective.
My name is Jessica Shambly, and I have been working for Verizon for a little over 5 years now. I currently am a business specialist, so I help small businesses in the area throughout Memphis and surrounding areas. One of my personal favorites that I'm actually working with right now is called the Rise Foundation. They are a business that helps people in Memphis that are low income to be able to get better jobs and to assist them with their needs and with their children's needs if they're a large family. They are a very good foundation. The first thing that sticks out to me about Memphis, of course, is the culture. They have the blues, the rock and roll, pop stars from Memphis. I mean, everything. I would probably start out with doing breakfast at Another Broken Egg. It's one of my favorite places. And then I would probably head over to Bass Pro Shop. It used to be the Pyramid, and the view up at the top is amazing. You can see the whole city right over the Mississippi River. Maybe slide over to Tom Lee Park. Lunch, I would go to Huey's. Huey's is one of my very favorite places. I would spend the evening in Midtown. They have a little theater over there, and then catch a Grizzlies game if possible. They have the best nachos from Rendezvous, one of the top restaurants in Memphis. The Southern hospitality, it's refreshing, so I love that.
We're getting to know the art scene in Memphis with local muralist Bird Cap, as he's known here in Grind City.
I'm Michael Roy. I'm from Cantave, Mississippi. I live and play in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm an illustrator, muralist. I go by Bird Cap. I think most people know me as a muralist. I'm also an illustrator. I do comic books, but I paint cartoon monsters doing things. I kind of build a micro world that works as a proxy for my real life. Some of it, can be sad, happy, whatever I'm feeling that day. I try not to put too many screens between me and the work. I can't talk highly enough about what a wonderful place Memphis is to be a young artist. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea what kind of career to do. And as opposed to maybe larger, more competitive places, the artists here were incredibly kind, patient, and sharing of their work. I have a career now because Memphis, after I was here for 2 days, was like, yeah, he's a Memphis artist. My mom passed in February, and I've been wanting to do a big tribute mural for her. Christmas means a lot to my family. It meant more to my mom. She would start talking about Christmas in August. Breaking down the image of the mural, it's a really large maternal figure with these big angel wings, and in her arms are Christmas gifts. I'm really excited to get started on it. I made a whole playlist of songs I know my mom likes, and I'm just going to be listening to that on repeat and painting a big old version of her. A good way to help artists is to, look locally and help them. For every one artist that you see on something like this, there's 20 more who are really talented in your town who just don't have the push right now, and all they need is just a little support. If they become really good and they get better, part of that's you. Like, you did that. And so it helps grow ownership and authenticity between the audience and the artist.
Interested in getting your hands on a limited edition print from Birdcap? Share this episode on Twitter using hashtag Verizon Staycation Road Trip for your chance to win. If you're ever in Memphis, be sure to check out Birdcap's art and his favorite small business, the Barbecue Shop, voted #1 ribs in America by the Food Network. 'Cause you can't be walking in Memphis without getting your hands on some good dry rub barbecue. That'll do it for us in Memphis. Andy has left the building. Actually, I'm going inside. It's hot out here. We'll see you on the next Staycation Road Trip. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded a plane.